Good morning.
How are you?
We're great, thank you.
I saw the film and I couldn't stop crying. I mean, you really do need your box of tissues. So
Yes.
I can't imagine what it must have been like for you. Tell us, how many times have you seen it and what was it
I think
like?
I've seen it about 10 times now, but it doesn't take away the shock factor of every time that screen opens and John is floating down to the bottom of the lake. It's a tearjerker right there.
John, tell me, what was it like for you? How many times have you seen it?
I've seen it about 14 now. But it never gets old. It really doesn't. Seeing, the miracle come to life, seeing how this is such an anointed project, it's just amazing to see how everything has been placed by the hand of God.
And how old are you now?
I am 18.
So
18.
life has changed quite a bit.
Yes, I am a very, very busy 18-year-old, but I enjoy it, and I enjoy getting to spend time with Jason and Mom as much as I can.
What I loved about the movie, they didn't sugarcoat it when you went back to school.
Yeah.
It didn't seem easy, right?
Yeah. No, and everything that Marcel went through throughout the whole story is really what I, really told the story about me personally. So I really got deep within my character, and everything that he went through, I went through.
And Pastor, tell me, how did you feel about seeing an actor play you on screen?
I love Topher, and I think he does such a great job. He brings a great just quality. It's those moments where you're about ready to not be able to breathe and you need to laugh, and he is great. I think he does such a great job. Overall, I'm so happy with the movie. I think it really portrays exactly what they've said, how well it was, told. The story was told, and a lot like what we went through.
Yeah, and there were a lot of tears, but a lot of laughs, and mostly on your part in the movie with your hair.
Right. And, I I had a faux hawk at that time. So, a young pastor being at a 90-year-old church, it is what it is. It can be challenging.
Are you okay with his hair now?
Oh yeah, I've always been okay with
we've
his
never
hair.
actually had even an argument. That was a composite character of what we were going through in the church at that time. And so we've had a great
He's like one of my kids.
And I would never go into a women's ministry meeting and pull something off the sign. You got to keep the ladies happy as a pastor.
Okay, so there were some things that weren't exactly like real life.
Correct. They were more composite characters, and you couldn't bring in all the people that were writing the letters about worship and all that stuff. So they channeled it all through Joyce.
They made me the heavy.
Chrissy Metz playing you. What
Yes,
was that like?
She is just phenomenal. First of all, she is so down to earth. How you see her is how she is, and it's just an honor to have her play me. And I love her. I think she's a doll.
And I know we're talking a lot about movie, but this movie is about God. It's about faith.
Right.
It's about miracles.
Yes.
And how do you still tell that story today?
I still have a full bedroom at my house because of God's grace.
Yes.
It could have ended a lot different than it did, but God was merciful and let me have not my son once, but he gave it to me twice.
And what's amazing too is the story's still unfolding. We find out new stuff about the story almost all the time.
Yes.
And so, peace. Like I was up at an event in where I was speaking, and a pastor was there. It was in Anaheim. He goes, "I was at St. Joe's West that day, and I heard all of it. I saw all of it." And that was just 2 months ago. So you just see it still unfolds in front of us, and there's so much more to it.
John, tell me about your faith.
The story, like I said, Marcel captured, what I was going through. And just like that sense of rebellion towards the Lord at the beginning, even though it looked like that I was all happy, but deep down inside, there was that struggle that I was really going through, the fact of feeling abandonment, feeling alone. And, my faith at the time, it wasn't as strong. Frankly, I wasn't serving the Lord. And even after I wasn't serving the Lord, but you see the transformation within him, the relationship that he grows with Pastor Jason, the relationship that he grows closer to his mom. That really, we all had these tight relationships, but they just grew even stronger. And that's kind of what happened with my faith, is that even though I was distant, inch by inch, God was pulling me closer with the people he was bringing in, with the people that were coming to help me and walk me through this hard time.
Did you really have the struggle of why me? Why did I live and others?
Yes, of course. Being 14 and having these hard questions like portrayed in the film, that is definitely something that is very difficult. But like I said, having this sense of family around me to protect me and to guide me through it, that helped me get through.
John was adopted from Guatemala. So he struggled through that feeling of abandonment, and I mean all of that was part of this process too.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Sure.
You.
Thank you.